Almost 60,000 people have come from all caste, country, creed and races and religion. Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, then creating a temple of 7 spires which represents the unity. People build buildings and then buildings build people.
At the BAPS Hindu Mandir, I'm with Swami Brahmaviharidas Ji. Swamiji, so glad that you shared a few moments of your time with us for today.
Now the privilege is mine. Thank you for being here.
It's a beautiful structure that we've created over here. So peaceful, so amazing. How long did the entire process take?
If you look at it from the point of view of time, the earliest prayers that our forefathers have done, that's been hundreds of years.
I can imagine.
But His Holiness Pramukh Swami Maharaj, when he said the prayer that may there be a temple in Abu Dhabi and may it bring countries, cultures and religions closer together, that was in 1997. But nothing really materialized after that. It was his prayers and blessings. Then with the friendship of UAE and India, as our Prime Minister and His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, he and both of them became greater friends. The whole project emerged again, and in 2015 initially we were announced that a land has been given. 2018 we actually got the land. 2019 we did the first foundations. Then came COVID, and you see all the challenges of the world. But where there is faith, and there is hope, and there is love, things emerge. So if you look at it, the project really began in 2019, but real construction on the ground has been done in less than 2 years.
Wow.
This entire temple and the complex that you see, which is destined to last thousands of years, has been done through the volunteers and love of the people.
It's a beautiful structure, and like you mentioned that 2 years into the making of it, how did the entire concept come about? Because I remember in the press conference you mentioned 2.5 acres to 27 acres, and here we are.
It's all been a very natural evolution. I think where there is love, there's no negotiation that needs to be done. Where you do something which is beyond yourself, the whole world gets together to help you. So in a natural process, from 2.5 to 5 to 13.5 to now currently 27 acres of land which has been gifted because of the generosity of the rulers of UAE. But our idea was that when there has been such large-heartedness, let's bring the essence of Hinduism and Indian culture. So the idea was bringing in Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, then creating a temple of 7 spires which represents the unity of the 7 Emirates and our Hindu unity. Then bringing in all the different carvings of our scriptures, whether it's the Ramayana, the Shiv Puran, the Mahabharata, and stories from Bhagwan Swami Narayan. So this entire concept has come about because I strongly believe that first people build buildings and then buildings build people.
It's an incredible line that you just mentioned, that people build buildings and then buildings build people. I'm sure that youngsters, kids who come to this temple, when they see these carvings, there are stories, there are narratives of the entire Ramayana in that one little plot, like a strip. And if you see every single thing, I could recollect the entire story of Ramayana. I'm sure that kids who come in here will be now engrossed and curious about all of these stories that we've grown up to.
I think, if you really look at the past and if you can hear the past, it speaks.
It does.
But sometimes our present becomes too noisy that we don't hear the sounds. And I have personally felt that we've gone into the ancient civilizations. There are stories from the ancient Arabian civilizations of King Suleiman, which have been carved on the temple.
Right.
Then from the Mayan culture, which talks about 2 friends who are always fighting and competing. And then they realize that in war we perish, in friendship we flourish. They get together and the kingdoms flourish. So all these stories which have been in our ancient civilizations and in our Hindu scriptures and the world, we have revived them in stone for thousands of years to remind the world that yes, we've had a glorious past, we can create a glorious future.
Glorious future, India and UAE coming together for this beautiful mandir over here. What do you think is the significance now going ahead for both these countries as far as partnerships are concerned?
I think in a world which is polarizing, and we find the smallest of reasons to divide ourselves, unity of not just India and UAE, but any countries that get together, it's a signal to the world that yes, friendship and cohesion is the way forward. And perhaps harmony is the only future that we have. And I think it's a signal to the rest of the world that yes, two religions, two cultures, two communities, two countries can not just coexist, but can exist for each other.
Wow. When you say that, it just reminds me of the website. The website is mandir.ae. Itself is a fabulous communication that you're putting in very subtly, but if someone actually goes in detail of it to see mandir.ae, isn't that a confluence of two cultures?
I'm really stunned. I've never thought of it like that, and I really thank you for reminding me that yes, but it's been so natural, spontaneous, and I think when like if each of us is really here to be happy, then to generate happiness is not a great distant thing. There's no rocket science. You are happy. You bring in children who are innocent and who do not have a baggage of the past, and they'll smile all the way long. And you bring all the adults and they carry so many things from the past, so it gets difficult. So I really wanted to say that yes, this mandir is bringing people together and the world together.
The world will confluence on the 14th of Feb. Who all can we expect coming in on the 14th of Feb?
Oh, of course, we have our Prime Minister, Sri Narendra Modi, who has not just been an inspiration, but he has continually guided. He believes in culture and spiritual values, so he's specially flying in to open the mandir. We have, Swami Maharaj, our spiritual head, who will bless the ceremonies. We'll have the leadership of the UAE. And then in the next days, we'll have all the great saints and sages of India who will be visiting for the day of harmony. We have a day of peace. We have a day of values. We have a day of inspiration. So all on these days, different thinkers, leaders, and spiritual, cultural, and social will be coming together to add a lot of value to what we have created.
My one last question, and it is about the future of the world. We hear a lot about this term sustainability, but many a times we forget to understand that this term has a practical approach. Great to hear in lectures, but the practical approach is something that we've seen here at the mandir. Could you please shed some light on the sustainability factor of this term?
So basically, the core spiritual value of Hindu Dharma, one of them is sustainability. That's why, when you look at it, our seers and our scriptures and our enlightened people have always taught us how to live in harmony with nature, with your family, with your friends, with your neighbors, come together. Almost 60,000 people have come from all caste, country, creed, and races and religion to place a brick for this temple. Wow. It's united. And not just human sustainability, we've also focused on the environmental sustainability, where the foundations of the temple are having minimum carbon footprint. And we've used, natural resources, the stone, there's no steel being used. Even the wood that has been used here for all the furniture comes from repurposed simple crates which we would have thrown away. Wow. But we've repurposed it to save trees and tell the world that yes, we can change our lifestyles to help our planet.
I'm so glad that you spent some time with us today. I'm just blessed to be in your presence, blessed to be present at a time where we get to see the opening of this beautiful BAPS Hindu Mandir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.